Hiya Luke and Luke. To get it underway tonight, we're just going to have a bit of a change tonight. So we'll start off with you, Luke. What's your favourite team and why?
Norwich City, because that's where I was born and bred. So.
Luke, favourite sports ground and why?
It would probably be Walford Road, for the pure fact that I'm a Leicester boy. It's where I was brought up. It's where I went to watch my rugby, and it's where I kind of watched my heroes as a youngster.
For both of you here, favourite sports personality?
Probably Freddie Flintoff, to be honest, because it's just an out-and-out lad, really, and good fun sort of person, really.
It's a tough one, really. Probably at the minute Mike Tyndall, in the headlines for all the right reasons, I suppose.
Okay, last one before we talk about us as a club. What do you think England's chances are of getting to the final of the Rugby World Cup?
If we play like we did when we have played well, I think we've got a real good chance of getting to the final and possibly winning it. I really do believe that. Yeah.
I think if they don't make the final from where they are at the minute, they'd be very disappointed. They've got into basically two pools now in the World Cup, and we're in the Northern Hemisphere pool. And you've got to say, the way France have been playing, we've got to fancy ourselves against the French side, and then it's a home nations game, and you know, England, you know, they dominated the Six Nations. I know they lost to Ireland at the end, but they were a dominant team. If they didn't make the final, I think they'd be very disappointed. On current form and how they've played, I think it's going to be tough and it's going to be a struggle, but they should make the final now.
Going on to us as a club, Saturday, a 5-pointer, great performance, but how did you see it from a back's point of view?
I think it was much more positive, the performance on Saturday. Obviously it was a hot day, it was a nice day. It's the first game this season we've actually had nice weather to play some rugby, and we varied our game very nicely. We played some short rugby, we played some wide rugby, and we ended up finding holes in the middle of the park and wide because we were mixing it up so much. So from a back's point of view, it was much better, much more varied game. We picked the right options at the right times. Sometimes we made some line breaks we should have finished, we didn't. That's rugby, but we got the 4 tries in the end. Again, it came through the backs, so it was really nice to see what we do all week in training with Glacks coming up on the pitch. So we were very happy.
Yeah. And Luke, from a forward's point of view, how did you see it?
Very tough game, very physical. Obviously, the weather was very demanding us from the patterns we're playing. But yeah, really positive outcome, I think, for the forwards and for the backs. Got Nashy scoring 2 tries, Sammy Harrington coming on, scoring a try, if I remember rightly. Yeah, he did score, didn't he? Yeah, good try as well, off a line, a real good line of a back's move, so really positive.
But I think the main thing to take, it wasn't really a backs thing or a forwards thing.
No,
it was integration between the side. I mean, we made a couple of breaks through the backs, and both times Nashy was there on shoulders to score tries, which is what all good sevens do. You know, we know he played very well at the weekend. And we worked on new patterns last week in training, and we put it to practice at the weekend, and it worked really well for us. There was much more structure and control throughout the game.
We do look like a side that's playing with a lot of control at the moment. Last season we seemed to struggle a lot with place kicking. This year we seem to be really happy with playing keep ball and letting other sides infringe, knowing that we're now kicking penalties and putting under teams under pressure. How do you think that's going as a defensive unit?
How's our defence going? It's very good. It's something we worked really hard on over the summer. Or everybody, the coaches did the right things at the right times because we worked on the right things. Discipline's improving every week, and we're slowly learning, like you said. There's times to go and compete for the ball, there's times to leave the ball and let them have it, and we're confident in our defence now, and confident enough to let them do that and let them have the ball and attack us. I think it's all positive, our defence, and we're very comfortable and confident in a minute.
Coming from someone as well that is up now in my 2nd season here, and compared to how you felt a lot of times last year you were quite uncomfortable in defence. This year you know your man's on the inside, you know you've got a man on the outside, and the defence seems so more, you feel like you've got so much more time, you've got more space sort of thing to make your tackles, and everything's just a lot smoother than it was last year.
There's lots of trust there, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. A big trust between everybody in the squad, I think.
Going back to last year, when we played Cambridge last year, they looked like a team that sort of dictated and dominated the game and sort of decided how the game was going to be played last year, we were under a lot of pressure. We are a very young side. How do you think we've come on since then?
I think as you say, he's a young side, and I think where young players have now realised they've got to step up, and they've got to step up very quickly into playing and into like defensive roles and things like that. You can't let the next bloke make the tackle, and I think that's how we've come on from last year, so to speak. If that's
Luke, you've been here this season. What do you know about Cambridge, if anything?
Very little. From what I've heard of Cambridge, they like to play an expansive game. They like to throw it around. Very rarely kick it. Everything's quick. Everything's off the top. Everything's wide. You know, they like to play that style of rugby, and that's pretty much all I know about them. All I've been told. I know a couple of the players down there. I know they've got some good players, but I also know they had a tough summer and they lost a few players. But you know, they're a dangerous outfit, and I'm looking forward to playing against them because I'm hoping that they throw it around and play some rugby. Because it's gonna be some holes around for us guys to run into.
Yeah. Bealesy, there's a rumour going around that this year you've lost a bit of weight, and you can see that you are getting around the park much better.
It's only a rumour.
A lot quicker, and you're on the pitch a lot longer, so obviously your fitness is better. How do you feel you are at the moment, and how you?
I've definitely felt a lot fitter than last year. Maybe the weight hasn't come down so much as we'd like, but that's a work in progress. So yeah, I feel getting around the park a lot better. I feel taking my chances a little bit more maybe this year. So perhaps that's why I'm staying on the park a bit longer. So it's going well. Season's going well so far.
We seem to have picked up a bit of a momentum. Is there a secret of how we can keep this going? What do we need to keep doing to keep this momentum going?
Momentum's it's the key phrase at the minute. It's the key word of the week. Word of the week.
Yeah.
I've heard it a lot. You know, there's a lot of momentum there. Momentum's key, and momentum's important in sport. And at the minute, we've got it because we're controlling the games at the minute. We're doing the right things. We're playing in the right areas. I think we've got to keep doing what we're doing because we're not kidding ourselves. We're not turning up on Tuesday nights thinking we're world beaters because we've won a game. You know, we know what we've done wrong, and we know what we need to work on. And we're a young side who are really hungry, and the guys are really hungry to improve week on week, all the time. And I think as long as we keep working and pushing each other, because there's a lot of strength and depth in the squad as well now, so there's constantly someone behind you pushing you. We're going to keep improving.
Boys, best of luck for Saturday, and thank you very much for your time.
No problem, anytime.
Cheers.
Thank you.